Let's go back in live and see where this goes next.
I realized that my thoughts were all over the place, and there's really no way I could say everything I want to. So I hope that I can at least express some of what I've been thinking about for the past 6 years. There have been so many nightmares, so many sleepless nights where my thoughts won't stop racing, and so many tears. I'm used to order. I'm used to being in control of everything. And this legal experience has been anything but that. It's been confusing. It's been disappointing. And I've never felt so helpless. I'm frustrated with our criminal system, our court system. I'm frustrated with the state attorney's office. And I'm upset that I don't feel anybody has paid attention or cared about this case in the way that they should have since day one. We've had a revolving door of attorneys. Not one of these attorneys sitting here today started on this case. And I hear a lot when I ask questions. I wasn't here then. I don't know. I don't know what happened then. The judges were rotated to different districts. And I think we're on our 4th victim's advocate. Coincidentally, she couldn't be here today. Victim's advocate, really strange name for that position. There was never any advocating for me or my family. They are simply a liaison to the state attorney's office and the victims. By way of example, it's a 4 to 5 hour round trip drive here from where I live to the courthouse. And I've been to every hearing for 6 years. And like everything else did, things moved to Zoom during and following COVID. There was a hearing by Zoom and there were technical issues and I had no sound. At the next hearing, and the first that I couldn't attend in person, I asked our advocate to please be sure Zoom was working. She said, I can't be responsible for that. The last time it happened, the judge said, if it's important enough, then they will be here. Why would she share that message with me? Not an advocate at all. We learned that the death penalty wasn't an option in the news. No phone call, no email, no heads up. Literally sitting, eating dinner with my husband, TV's on, look up to see my dead sister and brother-in-law to learn that information. Thank you. Where was the advocate then? Recently, we were informed that the state attorney's office gave up on a jury trial. And then less than a week ago, on my birthday, the day before Thanksgiving, that one of our experts won't testify because of a medical condition. And then the other was denied the opportunity to interview the defendant. And with that, they gave up on the case entirely. Just like that. Completely gave up on my sister and my brother-in-law and my family, and in essence, the entire community. For when he walks, you gave up on everybody. Imagine all those texts you just heard and all that we've heard about no drugs in the defendant's system. My sister just put the case on for you. That is sad. That is sad. But so important that everybody now knows who you are and what you did daily for over a year leading up to the murders. Like daily. Clockwork. Can anyone imagine this? Can you guys imagine this? I think it's important to note that the expert that couldn't testify because of medical conditions testified a month ago, that he shared with the state attorney's office that he wasn't able to testify in 2020. And then he shared it with them again in 2021. I wish you would have gotten another expert and not taken a calculated risk on letting a murderer out of jail. Because that's what it was, a risk. And it did not pay off. I read that a University of Florida law professor said that only about 1% of felony defendants try an insanity defense because the bar to succeed is so high. Job well done. About a quarter of those succeed. Job better well. And it's usually in pretrial. It's a shame that the defendant in this case that you prosecuted now falls into that statistic. That is so sad. Wouldn't want that on my record. In fact, each hearing leading up to today has felt more about procedures and egos than ever finding or getting justice. That's what it's felt like sitting here. Who has the bigger ego today? Who fights harder? Who gets paid more? That is not justice. That is exactly what my sister called it. You're lucky. You're lucky your dad went back to work to pay for your defense. We're not as lucky. The defendant bought a knife the day before the murders. His father paid for it with his credit card. He was at dinner, having dinner. He got angry and he left. He wasn't crazy in the restaurant. And when the neighbor, Jeff, came into the garage, you said, "You want no part of this. You want no part of me." And you were standing next to my sister. And then you hit the neighbor with your hand. And you started fighting with him. And when you spoke of the neighbor, you were conversing with him. You were threatening him. You were telling him to leave. You knew right from wrong. And you could appreciate the consequences of your actions that night. You can stare into oblivious, but your ears should be working well. We've been waiting to talk to you for 6 years. Look at us when we speak. You were basically telling him to get out of there. You had a weapon in your hand and you swung at him. You knew exactly what you were doing. I didn't really know you could brutally murder 2 people, attempt to murder another, and not even have a trial. That was news to me. I didn't know that. I was more naive than my sister, honestly, up until like last week. I said, we got this. Everyone's going to hear what happened, and how could we not have this? To learn we so don't have this. We have nothing. Can you show the first picture, please? I want you to get a sense that my sister and John were like real people. That's our family. Check it out, Austin. Because when I sent you pictures in jail, you were confused as to who you were looking at, telling your mom, I got a picture, it looks like 3 triplets. I don't know, I keep getting pictures of these people. I was sending you pictures. I wanted you I wanted reminders. So here's one of our family. John's not in it. He was taking it. He loved photography. He was a photographer. We'll keep it up, please. Michelle had 2 sisters, a brother, a father, 2 stepkids, a niece, a nephew that loved her more than any words could ever capture here today. We suffer. I suffer. Every day. And sadly, I will forever. Michelle was our everything. My family's broken. We will never be repaired. Every day is a struggle. My sister was the nicest person. She would do anything for anyone. She was so happy. She had such a great life. She smiled. She laughed all the time. You beat her up. You stabbed her to death. She did nothing to you. Nothing. She was totally defenseless. She weighed like 100 pounds. As if that wasn't difficult enough, and in a way a blessing, actually, You also took her husband, John, from us and from his family. John had 2 kids, a mom, a sister, now his grandkids. He loved to fish. They went out on their boat every weekend, every chance they got, really. They used to rent a house in the Keys each summer for a month. We would all go there. We would rotate in and out of that house all month. We had the best time. And I know if they were still here, they'd still be doing that. Can we show the second picture? Those are some of our times on the boat and in the Keys when they rented their house. So you're looking, so let's focus. That was my sister after a big cake fight with her niece. Because that's what people do. They have fun before they're brutally murdered. So that looks like the 3 people that look alike, right? Then you got a picture of in prison and you say to your mom on the calls, I don't understand. These people all look alike. Well, because we're sisters. And one of them was the one you killed. You didn't even know that. Their garage was open that night because they gathered there with friends every night in their garage. They called it the Garage Mahal. They had a sign made for it, the Garage Mahal. It's a place where they entertain nightly, where the people could go, they could relax, they could eat, they could drink, they could talk, they could have fun, because that's who they were. They welcomed everybody. And then came you. You ended all of that in just an instant. It's so sad that one person could take so much from so many other people. You destroyed our family. We were close. We loved each other very much. We saw each other often. We traveled together. If I could choose anybody to go on vacation with, it would have been my 2 sisters. And we went all the time. We celebrated every birthday. There was not a birthday. There were 5 of us, Austin. There's 2 brothers and 3 girls. We celebrated every family birthday together. We all lived down here. We all lived from Aventura to Jupiter. How nice. We were able to celebrate every holiday, every birthday together, and we did that. My sisters were my best friends. It's not often you have families that love being together, and we loved being together. So let's look at some of those times. Come on, look up again. Can I see the next picture? Come on, give me your eyes one more time, Austin. One more time. Oh, you can't? So let me describe. This is my sister at her last birthday.
The pain that Michelle Mishcon's sisters feel this morning is evident. They are very upset with the prosecution's decision to stipulate with the defense that at the time of the murders, Austin Harrouff was legally insane. We'll see what the judge does here, but it seems as though this is a foregone conclusion. He will not be going to the penitentiary, but rather a facility of some sort. We'll get a break in here, see what happens. Also, we're watching Texas. As soon as the opening statements start in the Border Patrol serial killer trial, we'll take you there. Stay with us. Welcome back to Court TV Live. It's a busy Monday as we're starting off another week together here. We're just moments away from opening statements in the Border Patrol serial killer trial. That's in San Antonio, Texas. Juan David Ortiz, accused of murdering 4 women. Short delay here. Not all of the jurors have arrived. We'll bring you the openings when they begin. Meanwhile, we are fixated on this hearing going on. We thought this was going to be day 1 of a bench trial. Austin Harrouff is the defendant in this case, and in 2016, he murdered Michelle Mishcon and John Stevens. And since then, there has been a push for the then 19-year-old FSU student to be found not guilty by reason of insanity. And today, the defense won their case, basically, when the prosecution stood up before the day one of this bench trial and said, we have stipulated with the defense that at the time of the murders, Austin Harrouff was legally insane. That triggered what we expect will be a rubber stamp from the judge. He will not go to prison. However, we're hearing victim impact statements from the family members, the sisters of Michelle Mishcon, and they are extraordinary. Basically, the sisters are putting on the case that they wanted the state of Florida to put on. Let's go back into court. This is the second sister addressing the defendant, just addressed his father. A lot of emotion.
I mean, imagine if your son did to your daughter what he did to my sister. Let's imagine that. She did because she locked her doors at night. But nope, I never heard you express any remorse for our family either. Never. Shake your head all you want there in the back, sister. You locked your doors because you were scared to death of your brother. You should have done something sooner. You both said your son acted strangely for weeks leading up to the murders, and you even set up an appointment for him to be evaluated. You should have done your job better, quicker. You should not be purchasing him knives. Gee, let's make him an appointment to be evaluated, and now let's go buy him a knife. Let's call the police that night and say, I think something's really wrong with my son. Your parents, you should have been better. You should have done more. You failed miserably. And because you failed as parents, my sister and brother-in-law are dead. You heard those texts, right? Did you know what your son was doing in college? You were paying for him to be there. Do you know that? Did that disgust you? Did you really sit here for the past 6 years believing that toxicology report, thinking he didn't do drugs? Did you? Did you think that? I saw his sister. I saw you shaking your head. You must have known what was going on in college. Crazy. No one in your family has taken any responsibility for what has happened, not even you. I hate you. I hate you all. I hate what you did. I really think you deserve to die, Austin. Your family deserves to suffer the way my family suffers. And sadly, I don't think anyone in here is going to ever suffer how Michelle and John did. I don't think anyone ever will suffer. From what I hear, could be one of the most gruesome murders ever. So maybe nobody will suffer like them. I know the kind of people you are, so I know my words mean very little. I hope that the photograph showed you a bit of the lives you took and the ones you destroyed by taking Michelle and John from us. I hope those images will haunt you forever. But just in case they don't, and your memory fades, I will continue to send you reminders of the life they had, just like I did when you were in prison. I'll keep them coming throughout my lifetime. Judge Bauer, I hope there's a consideration, whether anyone thinks the defendant was insane or not, that allowing him back into society where he could do this to another family rests on you. I hope that he stays wherever you are sending him forever, and if not forever, for at least my lifetime. Or I hope society is ready to live with a person like you. Because if you get out and I'm alive, I will call attention to it. I hope you spend the rest of your life thinking about this. What a horrible person you are. The murderer, drug addict that you truly are.
Thank you.